Last week on RedLeaf Outdoors, pro staffer Anthony Kuntz shows that you don't need a shotgun to bring down a Missouri gobbler when he connects with a bow and arrow. And friends Sean Boehm and Tyler Benner doubled up in Missouri when two Toms come in ready for a fight and realize they picked the wrong decoy to mess with.
Last year was a struggle for me during turkey season. First part of this year really continued on from last year. The weather that we had this year really wasn't very good for turkeys. It was either cold or it was raining, and for me, I'm kind of a run and gun kind of guy, but we were kind of secluded to our ground blinds this year, so it all ended up real well. I mean, got good footage, a lot of birds, but also was able to get my bird on the last Saturday of the season. So I hope y'all enjoy it. And this is my hunt, Jack Pruitt, and I hope y'all have a good time, as much time as I had.
Well guys, it's pretty chilly this morning. We got the last weekend of turkey season, so it's 36 degrees out. It's pretty bad whenever you're hunting in your cold gear. We're gonna try it. We got a couple gobbling right across over here on the neighbors, so hopefully all is well and we can get them called across this fence. This field, it's a hot field, it always has been, so just hang tight with us. Well guys, this morning we had a bunch of birds hammering on the neighbors here. They flew down out of the roost and kind of worked their way away from us. We tried mouth calls and we tried a couple box calls, but these birds just wasn't working in. They were going the opposite way. Pulled out the sweet talker and hit the glass side of it, and they struck up pretty good. Didn't take maybe 5-10 minutes for them to come in, and we had 5 gobblers on top of us before we knew it. So we got lucky enough to kill this bird here. I think it was about 20-25 yards away. I had to jump up out of the blind because I've had some problems with some birds getting away from me, so I definitely didn't want this one to get away. Yep. Gotta owe it to the commando sweet talker, because we're commanding the wild this morning, and this is hammered down with RedLeaf Outdoors.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that hunt. We had a blast hunting that morning. It was pretty chilly that morning, but I gotta owe a big thanks to my cousin Casey. We had just I can't do it. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that hunt. I had a lot of fun. We was a little worried about these birds because they were on my neighbor's side and they was not working across this fence all year long. And luckily we was able to get them called up from the bottom across the fence. I had a great time on that hunt. We had 5 birds come in, as you've seen, and I owe a big thanks to my cousin Casey, and that was definitely my redemption on some turkeys. So I hope y'all enjoyed my hunt. Now we're going to switch over. This is why, this hunt here with Aaron Ridgway is why you go out and pattern your gun every year before turkey season, because, well, you'll get to see on the next hunt. This is Aaron Ridgway's hunt. Hope y'all enjoy it.
Well, we're back on the field we were yesterday. Well, we had some birds come in close, so we're sitting up out here in the middle of this wheat field with the ground blind. We got a bird off to our right. We got 3 birds out to our front. We got another bird off to the little further back right. So we're just gonna sit here. We're on a crest of the hill. Everything comes out into this spot. They can see the whole field from here. So we're gonna set up shop. We got a nice ground blind. We're gonna take a nap if it don't pan out, but I'm tired of dancing with these birds. We're gonna kill them. And they're gobbling good. There's a couple back there. Yeah. That was close. It started raining and that bird skirted. That hen left the field and that tom just followed her right out. I don't know, but we ain't going nowhere. This rain will usually clear them off the field initially. As soon as it lightens up, they'll be right back out. So we're just going to set up, stay put. We still got the 2 gobbling off over here. We got birds. We just got to have a little patience. we just had 2 walk-off. Everything cleared. We picked up the ground blind, moved it about 20 yards more, fired up the call, set out a decoy. We got a strutter. I only see one, but it only takes one.
Got him.
Barely.
Hurry up.
Well, folks, that's one bird down. That's a little bit of a longer shot than I really wanted to, but I've patterned that gun, and with that choke tube and the shot selection I've got, I mean, it'll shoot good. So I was a little nervous. You're always nervous shooting that far, but like I said, I've patterned that gun. I know what it's capable of. It's still early. It's only about 8:30. We've still got some birds around us gobbling, so we're gonna switch it over, and I'm gonna film. Coon's just gonna run the shotgun. So we're just gonna set up here. We got a hen back out in the field already, and we'll see how this goes, and then we'll get some shots of this bird and show you what it is. So we're gonna sit tight and see what we can get done now. Well, folks, we caught a little break in the weather, so we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, but we didn't have no luck calling any more birds in. But I wanted to show you the bird I got earlier this morning. Typical 2-year-old, you know, nothing too special. Got about 1-inch spurs on him, about a 10-inch beard. Come in gobbling pretty good. I tell you, today's been one of the best days I've had so far this year of just them gobbling on the ground. I mean, with the thunder rolling, we got a big storm system moving in right now, and it's supposed to be raining the next couple of days, and every time it thunder, I mean, these birds out here would just go crazy. So, you know, and it seems weird that it's so late in the year, but I mean, they're just now starting to kind of get fired up out here. The spring's been real weird. Winter got pushed. So it's getting to be a little bit tougher than what I'm used to. I ain't gonna lie. Might have been my part on the frustration taking a long shot, but hey, I got a bird in hand. We got a blind in a bag, and we're about to get the heck out of here before we get downpoured on. So thanks for watching RedLeaf Outdoors, and hammer down.
Right. Well, as y'all can see, okay, I can still recording. Okay. Okay. As you can see, Aaron and Anthony, they were struggling the same battle we did. They had rain that whole morning. They had birds coming in and out of the field, as you've seen there on the footage, and it's more like he was shooting with a 10 gauge than a 12 gauge. He thought that bird was actually a little bit closer than what it was, but all's well. He's got his bird that's in the freezer. I hope y'all stay tuned. I hope y'all enjoyed what you've seen. Stay tuned with us. Check us out on Facebook at RedLeaf Outdoors, or on our website at www.redleafoutdoors.com. I hope y'all liked it, and stay tuned with us. And that's a wrap.
Anthony Kuntz here with RedLeaf Outdoors. I get asked all the time what I carry in my turkey vest or why I carry something, but everybody's got a different style. This is my style. This is kind of what I'm used to. I'm used to running and gunning, going out there in the morning, getting them to gobble, and just kind of taking off. It's going to the gobble and getting set up. I've got to have something that's lightweight, manageable, got enough pockets for all my stuff. So therefore I picked the Old Tom turkey vest. It's got the shoulder straps, which aren't the most comfortable, but they aren't too bad. But it's got a nice thick seat, so when you get set up, you can set up just about anywhere. Plus, also with this vest, it's got magnets. You just flip it back up, and it just hangs there. Next, go down my shoulder strip, got my hoot out call. And it's on a nice lanyard, so if you drop it, you're not going to lose it. But it's got a pocket it can go back into. Then right down from that, in my front mesh pocket, I've got my turkey gloves. That's definitely a must when you're running and gunning, because you're sneaking through the brush, sneaking across the field, whatever you got to do to get to that turkey. You got to be camoed up. That's also why I've got my face mask in here. I like to use face paint a lot, but sometimes after going out there for a little while, your face paint starts rubbing off. So I got my face mask right there. That way, when my face paint rubs off, I've got that just for backup. Next, I've got my Commando Sweet Talker slate over glass call. It's got the slate on top with the glass underneath. This is made by Commando Hunting Products. And it's a great call. You never know what those birds are going to like, so you kind of just got to adapt per bird. And this definitely has that option. Being with the slate on top, you hit that, and if they're not liking that, flip it over. Then you got your glass call. That really eliminates carrying more than one call, because you got them both right there. Get that put away real quick. Next up, I've got an extra striker. I don't know how many times when I'm running and gunning, I lose a striker. And when I lose a striker, there's not much you can do if you don't have a backup without switching to a mouth call. So I got an extra striker in here, hoping I won't lose both. Can't say it hasn't happened before, but I kind of got to make the odds in my favor. Next, I've got, in this pocket, I got shotgun shells. Everybody misses. Some days you might not have grabbed them out of the house, or might not have grabbed them out of the truck, forgot, whatever, or you just miss. That happens a little bit. So therefore, you got to have some extra shotgun shells. I like the Winchester Supreme number 4s and 3-inch. That's what my gun personally likes, and I've just had good luck with the 4s. Next up, I've got my sandpaper. Gotta have sandpaper for your slate call. If you get caught out there and it starts raining, then you gotta have something to rough your slate back up so you can actually start using it again. Then I got my Commando Hunting Products Hot Hen mouth call. Really this year, that's what I've had to call in most of the birds. Either this or that Sweet Talker. My buddies carried a couple of their calls when I went with them, and they just didn't seem to work near as well on the turkeys. But these Commando Hunting Products, y'all need to check them out. They are really doing big things. Next up, I've got almighty toilet paper. You may get out there, have a runny nose, or Mother Nature's calling. You gotta have that in the vest also. Definitely a plus. I usually carry an extra battery. Right now it's sitting on the charger at my house, charging up for another hunt. So we gotta have an extra battery in our turkey vest. That way when we're out there hunting, we can keep the camera rolling at all times. Unfortunately, it's not here in my vest right now to show you. In the back, I've got my lightweight decoy. Easy to pop out when you're running and gunning. Pop out, stick your stake in it, and good to go. So that's just kind of what I carry in my vest. It's how I've done it for a couple years now. I'm just one of those run and gun style hunters, and this vest just kind of allows me to do everything. So maybe y'all check it out, maybe you won't, but if you decide to, that's some of the stuff I'm using. I definitely check out Commando Hunting Products and look at some of their calls. They got a wide selection of calls, and their mouth calls are just going after it. So that's about all I got today. So thank y'all for watching RedLeaf Outdoors.
Now that the summer months have set in, a lot of people are starting to get their bows out for 3D tournaments and just to kind of get ready for hunting season. And I want to show y'all a couple little tricks and tips that will help you with just the general maintenance of your bow throughout the course of its life. First one I want to talk to y'all about is just a little white Sharpie. Okay, you can pick these up at a convenience store, hardware store, whatever, for $1, $1.50. And what this is going to allow you to do is after you get your bow tuned up, and shooting the way you really like it, you want to go through with the white Sharpie, and where your cam meets your limbs at, you just kind of want to make a little notch. Or basically you just make little notches where stuff kind of crosses at. What that'll do is if that bow ever becomes out of tune again, you'll be able to see that right out the gate by knowing that your little dots aren't where they were. They don't check with the reference points. And that'll help you know that it may not be you that's not shooting right, it's the bow that's gone out of tune. So it's a great little tool to kind of help you keep an eye on all that stuff. The second thing I want to talk to you about is probably the archer's best friend when it comes to the maintenance, and that's wax. Okay, this here is actually my personal favorite. This is just a plumbing bowl wax ring. Okay, hardware store, $3-4 for a Mondo thing of wax. Everybody knows that you wax your strings and stuff, and there is a right way and a wrong way to wax your string. You really want to kind of get it in and rub it in hard, just enough to get a little heat going, so that way that wax will kind of melt in and really suck into your string. And this stuff here is great because the plumbing bowl wax to me is a little bit more tackier. It's got a little bit more stickier substance, so it really kind of sinks in good, and it will last you a long time. You can go to archery shops and stuff and pay, $5-8 for a 1 ounce tube of wax, or you can go to a hardware store and get, in my opinion, a better wax for a heck of a lot cheaper. So wax is really good, but it's not just for strings. Okay, a lot of people in the archery industry, what we like to do is, where your sights, everybody's run into the problem where they let their bow set out in the rain or such, and they try to take their sights off or something, and the bolts are pretty much rusted in there, and it's a dog fight to get them out. Well, if you put a little wax around the thread of your bolt and then screw that in, not only will that prevent your screw from kind of backing out, but it'll also help prevent from any kind of rust issues and stuff, so it makes that a lot easier. So like I said, wax is probably one of the best things you can use. Helps with the rust, helps keep your string life, and which strings have come a long way in just their overall build and the materials that you use to make the strings. So they hold up a lot better than what they used to, but you still want to wax your string regularly. For me, I wax at least every 2-3 weeks, depending on how much you're shooting. You may not need to wax that much, but if it starts seeing any kind of frays or anything, wax goes on. You keep it nice and moisturized. And like I said, the plumbing bowl wax to me has got a really good tackiness to it, and it just seems to work a heck of a lot better than any of the archery waxes that I've ever bought in the past. So definitely look into a wax ring and a white little Sharpie. And these two things here will help you make sure that your bow stays in tune, and it'll help you make sure that you know that your bow is in tune. So keep it up and keep shooting.